We are making corn-ish pasties, starting off with our dough. So we have some olive oil, fine salt. We don't add the water yet. We're just going to use our fingertips to mix them together. So this oil is going to inhibit gluten development, and the water and the flour combine, and the oil that we're rubbing in is going to try and stop that, and that's actually what creates the layers. So once you don't see any more dry flour and it's just crumbly, we can then add the water. As you need it, it will firm up. And yes, that is quite dry now. It's not a perfectly smooth dough, and we're just going to cut it into 4 and make each of these a ball. If you can see, as I've kneaded that, it's actually quite flaky. So for the filling, we're just adding a splash of olive oil. We're just going to saute these mushrooms. We just want to cook these down. This is where I find just a little bit of salt just helps draw the moisture out and get them sweating. So once these are nicely brown and cooked down, we can just tip them into a bowl. To this, we're going to add our suede, our potato, the corn in Cornish, some finely diced onion, and then a generous helping of black pepper, sea salt, and a tablespoon of flour. And the goal here is just to toss everything to combine, and that little bit of flour is just going to thicken up those sauces of the vegetables as they cook to give us a nice pepper flavored gravy. Now we set this to the side. It's time to roll out our dough. So we have our nice neat balls. I like to just use 2 pieces of parchment paper. We're just rolling it out to get a nice oval, and then turning it 90 degrees to roll it out again. Nice and relatively thin. We're going to use a cake tin to measure the size that we need. So we've used our tin to trim just outside 23 centimeters or 9 inches. And with a bit of water or just baking glaze, just adding a little bit around the edge, and then 1/4 of the mix goes into the middle. You use the paper to actually help guide the pastry over instead of lifting it. And just make sure that that filling stays in the middle and press down the edges. I'm going to just crimp it every 2nd centimeter, just picking it up and folding it down. And the final step is brush the top with the baking glaze, and then just 3 pricks in the top to allow steam to escape as the vegetables cook in the oven, and we're done. And we bake for 40 minutes.